Welcome back again, and after today it's just been so good to get back out on the bike. So it's actually made me realise, even winter time, just how good it is riding a bike. And we'll talk about that in a bit. So I did ride every single day last year through the winter till about end of February. I never had my car, my van, and it was tough. And commuting in winter is different to leisure riding. Commuting in winter, you've got to get up and go to work, whatever the weather's doing. And when you're leisure riding in winter, you're getting to choose. You can choose your window, you can choose the weather. Choose as well to switch your heated gloves on. I have not today, I don't need them, but they've been a godsend then. Despite the weather conditions, temperatures, I find most of my hobbies, outdoor hobbies, are so much better in winter. And the motorbike's got a place in winter as well. But the other hobbies definitely are better that I do in winter time. As there's just less people going about, less vegetation. Ideally, like going metal detecting in woods with no jagged nettles and thistles. Cycling as well on the beaches when they're quiet, brilliant, and amazing light as well on the coast in winter. Definitely the light at this time of year, you get it all in a day very quickly, a shorter day. Sunrises at 9 in the morning, sunsets at 4, so you get all the weather conditions in one day for filming and photography. It's just the light changes in such a short time are brilliant. And I think you've just got to be sensible with how long you go out for. You've also going to have a bike to wash down. How far you go with that is up to you, how you look after your bike. Has it got chrome or not? My bike's like a rat bike. It's got trail tyres. You can see why it's got trail tyres, and you can see why I always said a 400cc motorbike was the better trail bike. 400cc trail bike was the best bike for this sort of riding in winter. Just enough power, but bad conditions, potholed roads, mud, stuff like that. Trail bike geometry really works. But I think the classic 350 has actually tipped the trail bikes I've owned for several reasons. And with just the 20 brake horsepower and huge mudguards for weather protection, the classic 350 has proved just to be brilliant on winter roads like this. Absolutely perfect. Can't fault it really at all. It's just ideal. And as fellow Scotsman, YouTuber, classic 350 owner, Tiger Ness has shown in his last few videos, you can get a lot more power out of the alternator just through reducing the wattage going to the light bulb by replacing with LEDs, which will allow you to run heated grips, heated vest on one of these bikes, which previously we didn't think it was kind of possible, but you can do that. So just pointing out, this road's now closed. However, locals are still using it, and it's still got signs and stuff on it. So it's good enough for locals to shortcut through. I'm using it too. There was a scene from Outlander filmed right in here. Poles are recognisable, but the ground, obviously the tarmac, was all covered with foliage in the scene. You remember Jamie and his clan get ambushed by redcoats, and they're like in a gully. It's actually filmed in there. Watch back, I don't know which episode it is. It's in the first series, so there you go, local history. Certainly at this time of year, you don't want too powerful a bike, you don't go too fast. "40 mph in fourth gear on my 350 Enfield is more than fast enough. You've not got the stop distances now, you know. You've got wet roads, gravel, mud, leaves, and let's not mention potholes, which you'll see in another couple of films. Today I did nearly 100 miles right over the Lammermuir Hills across the Duns, and I was cosy warm apart from my feet getting a bit cold, which was only when I was on a faster road going a bit quicker. So while I've been working around the weather, rain wise, and in the cold, using my Jeep in the snow, and we've been away walking a lot, it's so good getting out on the bike. I've really missed this, really missed it. There is something magical about the light, certainly here in Scotland in the winter. When you get days like this, I mean, you've seen the frosty weather when I was out filming the Jeep, that's something else, but that's just too icy for the Jeep, the bikes. It's 11 o'clock on a Friday morning, and look who's going about. No one. It's brilliant. No hordes of cyclists, no cars. It's great. It's you know, you've got the place to yourself. Just take care and use your head, you know, and you'll be fine. Use your gears as well, definitely, on corners like this. Just get down the gears for engine braking. That's for a single's brilliant for this sort of weather riding, really good for it. And lovely smooth power delivery, which this 350 engine is just a gem, isn't it? How it puts the power down so smooth. If they'd only just do a trials kit to put onto the bike like they did for the old 350 500 bullets, that would just be brilliant. First car we've seen in quite a while. But you can also build a trials kit onto one of these. I was just thinking a little bit more suspension, or a bit sort of gentle green laning would really make this bike something else. Folding gear lever, folding brake pedal, you know. That was a bad gear change. That's happens when you pull up in the gear lever accidentally before you even got the clutch in and drop the throttle. Bad riding, Bruce, bad riding. Which leads me on to another thing. If you do ride year round, I don't care what anyone says, it definitely makes you a sharper rider. It keeps your skills up. You know what I mean by that? And because you don't have that rusty sort of spring riding to do like when you're getting back out again, you know. So yeah, it's a bit like off-road riding as well. You're just used to a bike moving about a bit, and you know you're reacting slower and accelerating slower. It's just all about feeding out power. Quite simple. It's about riding really smooth. Just so good to get out on the bike, and hoping we get more days like this. So today when I've been riding, things I've been thinking about has been, well, obviously how happy I am to be back out on my bike, and stuff I was going to say in this film about stuff that's so nice about riding in winter. But also, love channels that are motorcycle only content, just focus on testing and reviewing the latest must-have bikes and stuff. So I'm not really wanting to do that because there are enough channels out there doing that. This channel's about living around here and my interests, which are what you see on the channel. And also, the bike is just part of this channel, you know. This channel has been going, I don't know when it started, 2007 or 8. It was going a long time before I got my motorbike. And it's probably doubled subscribers since the bike's come along, and it got monetized because of the bike, admittedly. But it's just another mode of transport that I use to do my hobbies and interests. And I'm absolutely 100% contented with this bike. The top speed, whatever. But it's an affordable bike. I mean, £4 bike. They're 4.5 now, but mine was 4.2 something on the road, right? And yeah, I've changed a lot of it. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't bother doing that again. I'd just change it to trail tyres when the originals wore out. But I am more than happy with this bike, so contented with it. I don't need to change it. I've got no lust for anything else. Maybe another one in a different colour, which would probably be a desert one, like Bob's, but I would just leave it standard and put the money in petrol and go away on it. But I just love the bike, and it's all I need. And not many folk can say that they're totally contented with their motorbike, but I am. Fit for purpose, that's how I describe something that just works. There was a great thing Paul Henshaw did on his brilliant channel on his adjustable spanner he uses for adjusting spokes, and he's holding it for like 20-30 years, and he's built 200 odd wheels. He uses it because it works, and he has no intention to change what he does. And I think there's a great satisfaction in just being contented with things. And now that I work part-time, I've worked out that the less things you have, the better actually life is. It's the more simple you can have. It's no, no, it's just more rewarding to have one I've ever had, and I'm happy with this one motorbike. I will have two one day, but it'll be the same type of bike. But yeah, great bike, absolutely great bike. So we're coming up to the World War II flame fugas site. You'll see it through the wood as we get up around the corner here. You'll remember I did the video on it. I'll stick the link in the description below if you didn't see that if you're new to the channel. You'll find that wee bit of history pretty fascinating. But it was never needed in 1940. There were no German towels on our beaches that year. Always comment coming up here on these beautifully cut hedges. Cut properly, as you can see they slope in narrow at the top, so when snow's lying on them it doesn't destroy them. So we'll stop up at the junction here and say my goodbyes and we'll get some pictures, okay? So there you go. We're heading for the hills. Going right over today. It's the first of many films. So thanks for watching. See you all again soon. Bye for now.